A couple months ago, I'm browsing YouTube and listening to the Blackpink catchy song, Ice cream chilling, ice cream chilling. But then there is one interesting video recommended by YouTube that might shift my course from listening to the song earlier. It is about Japan's biggest business scandal, Olympus scandal. In this case, the camera and medical equipment firm brought the case against ex-chairman Mr. Tsuyoshi Kikukawa and 15 others. This scandal was the one of biggest financial fraud in Japan's history. But Mr. Kikukawa and 2 other executives who pleaded guilty never went to jail. Instead, they were suspended sentences out of 3 years. For a moment, I was shocked. I was shocked as if not believing that this was happening in Japan because I admire Japan as a defraud-free country. But I was wrong. And then I thought for a moment, why this thing could happen for the super real? I thought that such fraud only happened for the employee. Once again, I was wrong. I was wondering and keep thinking day after day why this kind of thing often happens even in our country. But then, I got the answer. Ladies and gentlemen, I had learned about ethics before. This may be due to management ethics in an organization. Based on management ethics, it actually a standard behavior that guides individual managers in their work. It's sometimes like a moral compass that navigates the right action when managers want to make a decision. Management ethics teach us something important, which is as human, our motivation are mixed. We are both moral and self-interested, and this means 2 things. First, we don't often see the ethical aspect of our decision, and second, we don't make the decision we thought we would even if we do. Okay, now, the main point I want to highlight here is the ethical decision making. Think about the last time you make a big decision. What made you choose one way rather than picking any of other available options? There are 4 key drivers to make our decision. First, unconscious thought. Our brains are designed to process an immense amount of data at very high speed. They do this by using heuristics, yet there can be a negative side effect of our decision-making distortion of this thinking. For instance, it is act as prejudice that leads us to wrongly discriminate against people. Second, unthinking custom and practice. We all have sense of conviction about what is right and what is right in our communities, families, workplace, and even cultural background. We can easily absorb this belief without ever stop talking to ask ourselves, do I agree with this belief? And are they really? Third, ethical decision-making profile. Individuals prefer to use default setting when making choices. Perhaps in making decisions, you think about the result and prioritize the relationship. Well, there are strengths and weaknesses in each profile, and these weaknesses have led us to fail to see other major ethical problems. And lastly is reflective practice. It takes into the account the meaning and the people who are affected by the decision. Our purpose, value, and principle are driven, and our creativity is exercises to think about what solution could be possible. That's why ethics, the conscious practice of making our choices and justifying them, is so important. If we can't accept our willingness to make poor choices, we will fail to make the right ones. Ladies and gentlemen, make choices that reflect what is good and what is right. Choices that you can justify and ones you can be proud of. That's what makes the choices actively yours. Thank you.